Hello, my name is Angeline. I was the Chief Financial Officer in a role play about a possible child labor issue in city confectionery supply chain. In this reflection, I will talk about how I made ethical decisions during the simulation. I was use ethical theories, stakeholder analysis, and cultural awareness. I will also reflect on what I learned and how I will use it in my future career. During the simulation, BOB Health Snack raised a concern. They believe a child might have been working at one of our suppliers. This creates serious ethical, reputational, and legal risks. It also affected trust between business partners. As CFO, I need to help make a decision that balances money, risk, and ethics. As CFO, I focus on financial risk, long-term stability, and business sustainability. I also talk about the local situation where poverty and low education may affect labor practices. However, I realize that financial thinking alone is not enough in ethical issues, especially when children are involved. So I needed to balance financial risk, reputation risk, and ethical responsibility. In the end, we chose option 4. This means checking supplier full audits, creating a children labor policy, improving monitoring system, helping supplier improve instead of removing them immediately. This solution balance ethics and business needs. From a utilitarian perspective, the decision focused on creating the greatest good of for the greatest number of stakeholders. In my role as CFO, I evaluate this in terms of overall risk exposure across the businesses, including supplier, customer, and affected children. However, from a financial governance perspective, there is a limitation. This approach may still justify ethically questionable decisions if the overall outcome appears financially or operationally beneficial. So in this situation, there is a clear tension between outcome-based reasoning and ethical boundaries. As an SCFO, this highlighted that financial impact alone is not sufficient when assessing ethical risk. From a deontological perspective, child labor is always unacceptable regardless of financial or operational outcome. From a CFO standpoint, this challenges my initial risk-focused thinking because this theory is based on duty and compliance rather than financial result. So there is a clear conflict between outcome-based financial reasoning and duty-based ethical responsibility. This helped me understand that financial decision making must still operate within ethical and legal boundaries. This decision is strongly supported by stakeholders theory from Freeman in 1984. From a CFO perspective, this means I need to consider the financial and non-financial impact on all stakeholders, not just shareholders. Key stakeholders include children, supplier, customers such as BOB, health, snack, and investor. Each group represents different levels of financial risk, reputational exposure, and operational dependency. Corporate social responsibility by Carrier in 1991 also reinforces this. From a financial governance view, CSR is not only an ethical requirement but also a long-term risk management strategy in global supply chain. At first, from a financial perspective, I consider that the issue might be linked to poverty and limited access to education in some regions. However, I recognize that this perspective may reflect a financial base, especially when analysis issue throw across efficiency lens as CFO. Through discussion with my terms, I developed a more balanced understanding. The economic conditions are relevant for suppliers that cannot justify harm to children. So this experience helped me strengthen my ability to balance cultural relevance with universal ethical and compliance standard in financial decision making. This decision affects different groups. Children are better protected, suppliers are given a chance to improve, customers can trust the company more, investors face lower risk, so these decisions support both ethics and long-term business stability. I learned that ethic decisions are not simple. There is no single correct answer. We must balance ethic, money, and stakeholders' needs. I also realized I used to focus too much on financial stability, but ethics is just as important. In the future, I will use a more balanced approach. I will think about financial performance and ethical responsibility together. I will also try to identify ethical risks earlier, not only after problem happen. This experience helped me become more confident in ethical decision making. In conclusion, this role play showed me that business decisions are complex. We need to balance financial goals, ethical responsibility, and cultural understanding. By using ethical theories and stakeholders thinking, I supported a decision that is both responsible and practical.